Okay guys, this next submission is from a guy who goes to Pattaya and claims that he's not into the nightlife scene, but he soon finds out it's hard to resist. And of course he meets a girl, and yeah, let's see where this goes. My plan was to go to Thailand because I was really interested in Thai kickboxing. It's been an interest of mine for a while now. I have dabbled in kickboxing in my own country and wanted to visit the Land of Smiles to watch them in action and maybe do a little bit of training myself. That being said, I won't play stupid and pretend that I did not know what some of the other reasons that people travel to Thailand for. Although I am crazy about Asian women, that really wasn't the reason I went. I was there for a 3-week trip, and although I was into Asian women, I just felt bad about chasing bar girls considering their situation. I just think it's wrong that some tourists go to Thailand for that reason, and that some of the girls have no other option than to be doing that kind of job to make money. But each to their own. I don't judge, just wasn't my thing at the time. However, my feelings and views about that would change in the near future. Even though I was not into chasing bar girls, it did not put me off having a massage or two while I was in Bangkok and Pattaya. The first Thai massage I had in Bangkok was just a normal massage. I did get asked if I wanted extra, but I declined as I wasn't in the mood, and to be honest, the girl didn't really do anything for me. Pattaya is a different story though. I went into this one massage parlour. There were a lot of girls stood there where I could choose which one I wanted. They all seemed a lot more attractive and younger than the girls you find in Bangkok massage parlours. Of course, I chose the most attractive one I could see. She was a real beauty, and even while writing this out, I'm smiling thinking about her. She led me upstairs and gave me the best massage, chatting and teasing me throughout the whole session, asking me if I would like any other massage services. I did pay for extras this time, and it for sure was a happy ending massage. I even got her number and went back for seconds. Never saw her out of the massage shop though, even though I think she was expecting me to ask her out. I also experienced my first soapy massage in Pattaya, but that story is for another time. It was a wild experience that I will submit to you on a later date. So, while I was spending time in Pattaya, that is where my willpower was starting to fade as I wanted to start partaking in all the nightlife fun. It is very hard to resist something like that while in Pattaya. You really do need some strong willpower. Yes, there are other activities to do in that city, but we all know the main reason that people go there. It is a crazy city. Feels like nobody sleeps. There seems to be people out on the street and action happening 24 hours a day. I have even read now that the closing time for the bars is 4 or 5 AM, which just seems wild to me. Everywhere you walk in Pattaya, there are girls outside screaming at you and trying to get you into the bar. I don't know why, but that type of thing put me off a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I know their job is to get customers in, but all the screaming does get annoying after a while. I can really understand why men go there though. These young cute Asian women can make tourists from all walks of life feel like a king, no matter how old you are or what you look like. One day, I walked by a bar and saw one of the most beautiful Thai ladies I've seen during my whole trip. She was sitting outside alone. Normally, there is multiple girls sat outside, either with their face in food or their phone, waiting for guys to walk by, but this time, this girl was alone. The bar she was sitting outside of had blacked out windows and a sliding door, so I could only guess what goes on inside that place. Expecting her to shout something or signal me to go into the bar, I started walking past slowly, moving myself closer to the bar. This is the first time I was actually hoping someone would try and get me into their bar, but it didn't happen. She just looked at me and smiled as I walked by. This actually made me more intrigued and curious about this beauty. I thought, what have I got to lose? So I gathered the courage, walked back and tried to introduce myself to her, making small talk. She went on to tell me that the bar was a gentleman's club with lots of beautiful women inside and that I should go inside and find a girl. Her showing no interest in me and trying to brush me off only made me want to be with her more. I told her that I wasn't interested in going inside without her, and that it was her that caught my eye and made me come back. She gave me a little smile, but straight up told me she couldn't have any bedroom fun with me because it was her time of the month. I told her that I wasn't interested in that, which in all honesty I wasn't. I kind of just wanted to spend some time with her. Like I said, she was the most beautiful girl I've seen on my whole trip. I told her that we could just go around the city and just have a good time. I even said that I did not plan on taking her back to my hotel. After a bit of talking and persuasion, she finally allowed me to bar fine her, which cost me around 1,500 baht. I later found out that this was quite high for a bar fine. I did not know it at the time, but that would be the start of a sincere relationship between the two of us. It was still pretty early in the day, around 5 PM, so after I bar fined her, we went to the beach and rented out 2 chairs. Sat on the beach drinking, eating and getting to know each other. It felt really good and I could feel a connection. Around 9 PM, she suggested that we go to LK Metro just off Soi Buakhao, into a couple of bars there where her friends was working. She did warn me that her friends would probably ask for drinks from me and that it was up to me if I buy them. I thought her warning me about that was really nice and shown me that she's not just trying to get commission out of me. I can't remember the name of the bar we went to now, but it was the first bar on the left as you walk into LK Metro from Soi Buakhao. Her friends was really nice, but very flirty with me. I did buy a couple of them drinks, but I didn't go too overboard. I just wanted the girl I was with to have a fun time, and it seemed like she was enjoying herself. After the night came to an end, I took her number and she said she would like to see me again. We both went our separate ways and I went back to the hotel alone, completely mesmerised by this girl, but at the same time a little disappointed that my willpower had failed me. Ah well, I had a lot of fun and I did not regret bar finding her. The day after, I sent her a text to see if she'd like to meet up again today, and from then on, we spent pretty much every day together. We didn't just spend time in the bars during our days and nights together. We would go to restaurants, the beach, and sometimes just watch movies in the hotel. She practically moved into my hotel with me during my trip, and honestly, there wasn't a crazy amount of bedroom fun. It felt like a real relationship at the time. I know guys who fall for a girl in Thailand say this all the time, but I found her completely different from the other girls that I've seen in the bar scene. That's not saying much though, because I was not one of them tourists that spent days and nights in the bar. She was never pushing herself on customers, calling for them to come for a drink, or even being flirty with them. She did not seem to really like working in the bar, and I saw that she only really came alive when it was time for some bedroom fun. I think bar girls that are too pushy, like asking for a drink instantly without even introducing themselves, are pretty annoying, especially when they aren't even a 7 out of 10. Anyway, I pretty much fell head over heels for this girl. We spent quite a lot of time together and I would try and do everything I could to make her happy, both in the bedroom and out of my wallet. Other than the daily bar fines, she never really asked me for money, though I would always give her some and buy her things. Nothing expensive like jewellery or gold, but like sometimes we would go shopping for clothes and whatnot, and then I would spoil her. She always showed me appreciation for how kind I was to her. She told me she loved me, and if I'm honest, I pretty much felt the same way. I think I did actually fall in love with her during my trip. It's funny, because before coming to Thailand, I had heard lots of horror stories about Farangs falling for a bar girl and it all ending in tears. With the stories turning out that their girlfriend had a number of Farangs sending them money, cleaning them out, or investing in land or some other property. I would think to myself, how can people be this naive and fall for a bar girl? There is no way that this could happen to me. I didn't even have any intention of visiting the nightlife scene when I was planning my trip. And now here I am, fell for a bar girl and done the exact same thing that I said would never happen to me. But like I said, I thought this girl was different from the other girls that you hear about from these stories. Just the way she acted and how she seemed to hate her job made her seem not like the rest. Even times that I would give her money, I would have to force her to accept it, maybe because it was a lot more than what the normal rate was. I was just trying to show her that I appreciate my time with her. Anyway, my fantastic Thailand trip came to an end and it was time for me to head back to the States. It was hard to say our goodbyes and leave each other, but we knew we would have to do it at some point. The whole flight home, I was thinking about her and how our future is going to play out. Back home, and our relationship carried on, learning more about each other and chatting whenever we can. Although it was long distance, we still remained very close. Well, as close as we could. It would take several months before I would be able to return to see her. During our chats, I noticed that she would constantly be asking who I'm with and what I've been doing. And I don't mean she asked in a curious, small talk way, I mean she asked in a jealous way. She seemed like she did not trust me and was very jealous, always assuming the worst and being paranoid. I stayed faithful to her since the day we met, even though we wasn't officially in a relationship. As soon as I got back to Thailand for the second time and met her, the questions didn't stop. I admitted that I don't go with other girls, but of course I'm very attracted to other women. She seemed to be hurt by this and very jealous, but I thought it would be obvious that I find others attractive, just as she would find other guys attractive. Nonetheless, we got through it and had a fun trip. On my last day of the second trip, she said she wanted to make it official and have me as her boyfriend, and I agreed because it's something that I wanted as well. Though, when I got back to the States this time, I really had a strong desire to go back to Thailand and meet other girls. My faithfulness to my new girlfriend was already fading away. I did not want to hurt her by cheating on her, even though I don't think I would have cheated, but I wanted to tell her my feelings, and although she felt disappointed, she kind of understood. She knows I was in my 20s, young and still full of stamina to have fun. She is 4 years older than me, by the way. She told me that she loves me and doesn't want to lose me, so she's going to try and accept that I have these feelings at my age. As long as I don't act on them, then she doesn't have a problem. We carried on as normal, texting and video chatting whenever we can, though I must admit, after some time, it was dying down a little bit. I still had feelings for her and still liked her very much, but I was just way too attracted to other Thai girls. However, after some time, the jealousy won her over when she saw all the Facebook groups I was in and liking pictures of other Thai girls. She ended the relationship, and to be honest, I can't blame her. I probably would have done the same if she was liking pictures of other friends and whatnot. We decided to stay friends, and we still spoke pretty much every day, with some rules. I wasn't allowed to tell her that I liked her or loved her anymore because she said it would be too hard for her, which I understood. It was okay for a week or so, until one day I saw that she had blocked me everywhere and left me a long message on Facebook. I won't share what it said in detail, but pretty much how she was thankful she met me and how much she loved me and hopes I have a good life. I was torn because I had hurt her, but at the same time, I wanted to be honest with her and tell her my feelings rather than go out and cheat. The last message she sent me was 2 years ago. I have been to Pattaya one time since then, and I did not see her working at the bar. I haven't heard from her or seen her since. I truly hope she did go on to meet a nice guy and is having a great life. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, despite being laughed at, that this bar girl was different. Cheers, guys.